Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So here's another deck profile update for you guys today. This time it's on Guru control. So yes, as you can clearly see, I'm running the Dragoon build. I mean, it's probably going to be the best build anyway, simply because, you know, Dragoon is just a powerhouse card right now, especially that it basically can win you games. So yeah, Dragoon is just nuts right now. And plus, the Guru by itself, you know, the deck is pretty annoying to deal with since, you know, it is a control-based deck. So that's one of the things I like about it. So anyway, not to keep you guys waiting, let's go and get started. So main deck's 40 cards, playing your Subterra package, 3 Guru, you know, this is pretty standard. He's a Book of Moon as long as you have a Subterra card face up on the field. Mainly, it's going to be your Cave Clash, but it's also your main searcher. So when this card is flip summon, you can search out any Subterra card from your deck to your hand. So pretty nice. 3 Feignness, this is your Omni Negate basically. It is a hand trap, so yeah. You basically Book of Moon one of your own Subterra cards, mainly your Guru again, and just kind of go from there. So Fiendus is pretty nuts. And of course, you're only going to play 1 copy of Nemesis Archer, simply because it bounces back monsters that are in defense mode. So if you Book of Moon something, you can attack over it, and you essentially get to force something back into your opponent's deck. Of course, you have to control another Subterra monster to use this effect, but that's still pretty good. She's got a pretty decent stats, so yeah, Subterra Nemesis Archer, a 1 of is just all you need. And of course, as I mentioned, I am running the Dragoon package, so 1 Dark Magician, 1 Red Ice Black Dragon. And for the hand traps, aside from Subterra Fiendus, 3 Ash Blossom, easily the most generic hand trap, and 1 Dimension Shifter. This card's just so good in this deck simply because, especially if you lose the dice roll, going second, this card is really good because you could just simply activate this at any given time, and then your opponent can't really afford to lose their graveyard because, you know, graveyard effects are currently reliant right now, like against Dragon Link, against Eldritch. Like, there's so many graveyard reliant strategies right now. Dimension Shifter is just a 2-turn Macrocosmos, so yeah, this thing is pretty nuts. Yeah, until the end of the next turn. So yep, Dimension Shifter, I would definitely try this out. All right, so that's it for the monsters. Now we're already moving on to spells. For spells, 3 copies of the Hidden City. When this card is activated, you can add any Subterra monster you want. So again, like, this basically just more copies of Guru, and also can negate attack. So like, and also interesting fact is that if you activate Red Ice Fusion, like if you hard activate it, you can still set and then use the effect of Hidden City to flip up your Guru. So yeah, Hidden City is actually pretty broken in this regard. So it just helps you bypass the restriction of Red Ice Fusion. Of course, you got the 1 Terraforming to search it. Oops. Hang on 1 second, I dropped the card. All right, next, 3 copies of Red Ice Fusion. So yeah, you definitely want to see this simply because, you know, you want to see it in your opening hand. That way you could just bring out Dragoon and you can still go with your Guru combos. And also you can send it off of Verte Anaconda's effect, so pretty nice. 3 Pot of Prosperity, you know, just so you can dig into your deck a little deeper, as well as 2 copies of Pot of Duality. So yeah, really excellent cards. I would definitely recommend these. If you don't have Prosperity, Extravagance is still really good. You'll probably just have to change up your extra deck ratios to do this, but yeah, Pot of Prosperity is the one I prefer to play, but again, Extravagance is just as good. I mean, Guru was able to play it beforehand, so there's no reason why I still can't play it, so just bear that in mind. For the 1-ofs, 1 copy of Subterra Cave Clash, boost your Subterra monsters by 500 attack and defense points, and also has a recursive ability where you can recur your Subterra monsters. And of course, 1 copy of Called by the Grave, just to deal with hand traps, and also just to, you know, if my opponent has any form of graveyard effect that I know is going to be a problem, like Eldritch the Golden Lord, for example, I can just Call by the Grave it, get it out of there. So yeah, it really works. All right, so that's it for spells. Now moving on to trap cards. For traps, I'm running 3 copies of Solemn Judgment. This negates any summon and spell or trap. 2 strike, you know, monster negations are still a thing, so you definitely want to stop any problematic effects. 2 copies of Final Battle. Double Summon Limit. And last but not least, 2 copies of There Can Be Only One. This card is so good right now because a lot of decks right now are just one type, like Dinosaurs, for example, Dragon Link, even Eldritch, because again, they're zombie monsters. So as long as you play this, they can't have any more than just one copy of, or 1 type of that monster on the field. So yeah, There Can Be Only One is so good right now. A lot of people kind of overlook that floodgate. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the main deck. Now moving on to the extra deck. I'm playing 2 copies of Dragoon, since, you know, since I am running Prosperity, I think 2 is just fine, because like now I get to choose what I want to banish. Running Super Poly on the side, so I got some Super Poly targets, one Starving Venom, one Mud Dragon, and of course Borload Furious Dragon, another good target for Dragon Link. To deal with Dogmatic players, one copy of Entest and Omega, so like this just essentially punishes Maximus. Since, you know, they forced me to send 2 cards off my extra deck, I just send these 2, pop a card, and then I can recycle it with Omega's effect later, so pretty nice. Stardust Dragon, since I am running Starlight Road on the side as well, so Stardust Dragon is actually not too bad. Awaken the Dragon targets, Last Warrior from Another Planet, and Ultimate Falcon. I mean, why wouldn't you run these, right? And for the links, one Verity Anaconda. Another card to deal with the, well, other cards, I should say, to deal with the Dino matchup, because, you know, you have that token to deal with. I run Link Rebo and Relinquished Anima. So in case they happen to position Ultimate Conductor Terrana at the right spot, Relinquished Anima is just such a powerhouse card against that deck too. So, oh, actually, come to think of it, you can't actually use the token for the Anima. My apologies, I literally just noticed that, forgot about that bit. But even then, you know, you got Subterra Fiendus, which if you can recur it, just summon it out, make the Anima, and just kind of like punish the Dino player that way too. So it's pretty good. And of course, Nightmare Phoenix, you know, it's Nightmare Phoenix. What else is there to say? And apparently this is becoming used a lot in Guru control, Striker Dragon, since Guru is a dragon type monster. The whole point is just, I guess, just to get a different monster of a different name out there. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose with this is, but I decided to try out for myself. So it's like, okay, one Striker Dragon, if it's just there just to, you know, make an additional monster to make it easier to go into Nightmare Phoenix, I think that's going to be the right way to go about it. So, yeah. All right, so that's it for the extra deck. Now for the side deck. Side deck is pretty self-explanatory. Phantasme, Dragon Link is the best deck right now, so Phantasme is just, it's making its comeback. Playing 2 Nibiru to deal with any combo heavy deck, not just Dragon Link, but yeah, like any combo reliant strategy. I'm also running 3 copies of Super Poly, you know, it breaks boards. 2 Cosmic Cyclone, and of course the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. For side traps, 2 copies of Awaken the Dragon. I wanted to run this at 3. I may cut the Harpy's Feather Duster since, you know, I don't really worry about back row heavy strategies myself because, you know, the deck is pretty grindy anyway, but I'm just debating on that. And of course, 2 copies of Starlight Road. It's basically a better Griffin Wing since Harpy's Feather Duster is legal. It combats it, and it also combats Twin Twisters. It also combats Lightning Storm. So Starlight Road is actually not a bad card to consider. So try it out, you know, see what you guys think. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy this, and I will catch you guys again next time.